Hello, everyone. Welcome to something new for me, I guess, here. We are going to be previewing Chelsea and Leeds today. As you can see, I am a Chelsea fan. Hopefully, you guys are all good and well. And let's just really jump into everything going on. Let's see who is watching. And we will, we'll hop onto the stream. So we have plenty to talk about today. We have got two fantastic teams doing, well, pretty well so far this season, if you ask me. Chelsea sitting in fourth with Thomas Tuchel coming in as manager, which has been really fantastic for them so far this season. And we have lots of, lots to talk about so far. So let me know if you're here. Let me know if you can hear me properly and everything's going well. And once I hear a few responses, we will hop into everything. So I hope you're all ready for today's preview and match day commentary. So, hi Jake, lovely to see you again, mate. I hope you're doing well. Hi Josh, be sure to subscribe to Josh's channel. He is pretty much the reason I'm doing this currently today. He's really what's inspired this. So hopefully I can live up to his high expectations. And of course, hello Erin. Thank you for joining me. So we have plenty to get on with. So we will talk a little bit about the teams to start off with. So the big news today is that Kai Havertz starts up front by himself, which is a bit of a change in terms of Chelsea. Timo Werner, Tammy Abraham and Olivier Giroud all aren't here at this current moment in time. I'd love to know what you guys think to that. A completely different setup for Chelsea this week, and 6 changes, and he's been the talk of the game so far. All the match day build-up has been about Kai Havertz starting up front by himself. It looks like a 3-4-3 as well. I'll share the formations in a short while. Hi Farhan, lovely to see you, mate. Hope you enjoy. And yes, I am looking forward to this game as well, Josh. It should be a really, really good one. False 9, it looks like a 3-4-3, Josh, I must say. Just from the animation or the graphic they have on screen currently, looks like a 3-4-3. But yeah, we will get into that in a little while. But like I said, if you are new around here, be sure to like and subscribe. We are trying to hit 150 subscribers, and that's my next goal. So I'd love to be able to hit that maybe by the end of the stream. But if not, we've got plenty of time to do so. So without further ado, I will just share my screen and then we can see this week's lineups for the two teams. Right, so we should be pretty much sorted now. Share screen 1, sorted. So, just looking on Chelsea's Twitter currently, and this is the lineup for Chelsea. We have Eduard Mendy starting in goal with Azpilicueta, Rudiger and Christensen, which looks like a 3 at the back. Like I said, it'll be intriguing to see who goes in that right wing back role. Chelsea have played 3 at the back recently under Thomas Tuchel, and that seems to be the preferred formation for Thomas Tuchel, which is why I assume it is going to be a 3 at the back. I would probably assume then that Mount might be in that midfield role, but again, I really don't know who will be going into a 3-back formation. I'd love to know what you guys think they might line up with there. Chilwell, Kante, Jorginho, and Mount, and then looks like the attackers, Ziyech, Havertz and Pulisic. A key thing to note about Jorginho and Mason Mount is that they are both suspended for the game in midweek. And, well, that should be in itself a big game, but they are both suspended, which will obviously cause a few problems for Thomas Tuchel, which is why maybe he's had a formation change if he ends up having the formation change. It'll be lovely to see a different formation as well, a bit of variety from Thomas Tuchel. But there's the lineup for you. The real big shock, though, being Kai Havertz starting up front by himself. Moving on, we have got Leeds United's Twitter up, and I apologise for the pronunciation of this player specifically, and I might just brush over it. But we're starting in goal with Meslier. We've got Luke Ayling at a right back, and Llorente and Aliolski. Calvin Phillips is in the team as well with Dallas and Harrison, Roberts and Rafinha and Bamford, lead the attack. Bamford is obviously their key man for goals and has scored more goals than Jorginho and Tammy Abraham combined, and they are Chelsea's top goal scorers. So it will be an interesting setup for this fixture. And let's see what you guys think. So, looking forward to seeing Pulisic smash it today. Absolutely. I hope he can find some form. It's been a tough time so far for Christian Pulisic under Thomas Tuchel, which I did not expect. Considering he's played under him before, I definitely thought it'd be different. Nice setup there. Yeah, it's just the StreamYard stuff. But thank you for dropping in, Oliver Eaton. Much appreciate it, mate. I think Ziyech will go into wing back. Yeah, I could see that. But Ziyech likes to come inside, and I think that's probably the position he's going to play most. He likes to cut inside and be sort of a creative cam, which is really, really interesting that he's chosen the formation. I could quite see it going 4-2-3-1, if I'm honest with you. Starting Havertz up front and then having you 4 at the back with Aspilicueta at right back and Chilwell at left back. But yeah, I could see him going in at left. I could maybe see him going in at wing back. The other one would obviously be Pulisic, but we'll have to see how they line up once the game has started off. Make sure you smash that like button, guys. Yes. Thank you, Josh. Thank you for reminding me. Make sure you smash that like button, guys. I really do appreciate it, and it really helps me out. Obviously with this channel. So last time Chelsea and Leeds United faced off, it was earlier on in the season, and Chelsea did prevail as winners with a 3-1 win. Bonus points to anyone who can tell me who actually scored in that game. Without Googling it, of course, bonus points will be there. But the interesting thing about that game was that for one of the very first times in Chelsea's season, they were dominated in possession. That is the easy way to say it. They had 54% possession, and Leeds had 54% possession. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been dominated. And it was. That being said, there was 23 shots in total, and for Chelsea, that is. And it was a really, really impressive game for Chelsea. It was a bit different. Obviously, Leeds United come into every game with some ability to create shots on target, and we know that from the amount of shots they have usually, and the amount of goals that Patrick Bamford has scored. Who do you think is going to get relegated with Sheffield and West Bromwich Albion? Thank you for dropping in, Zach. Love to see it. With Sheffield and West Brom, I'm tempted to say Fulham, but Newcastle have really, really been in poor form recently. I know, obviously, you have ties to Newcastle, so I'm sure you're not wanting to hear that, and I'm sure your brother definitely isn't. But I think Newcastle look like they're in the worst form out of the people around there. I think Brighton will probably do enough because they create enough chances. I spoke about this in my video on Friday. So if you haven't seen that, be sure to drop on that one. But yeah, I think it's a difficult one to pick at the minute. Fulham, of course, have really turned up the performances in recent weeks. And it will be really interesting to see come the final day of the season who is going to go down, and I think it'll be a really close one. And I think everyone kind of hoped that Sheffield would find a bit of form and make it a bit more interesting, but doesn't look like that's going to happen, especially with the rumours that Chris Wilder has actually left. Hopefully Newcastle's Zach, yes, hopefully so, especially for you, Josh, because it'll be a double whammy from last night, especially if they have to keep all the Bruce and they get relegated. So there is plenty to go on, and I have a bit of a question for you guys. Does anyone know the one player who is featuring in today's game, who played in the game the last time Chelsea and Leeds met at Ellen Road? I'd love to see if any of you can guess it. I think it's quite an easy one. Erin, don't give it away because I've already told you the answer to it. But I think it's quite an easy one. And last time it was at Ellen Road. If this is anything to go off, it was in 2012. I'll give you that. Last time it was at Ellen Road. The goal scorers, which was Mata, Ivanovic, Moses, Hazard, and Fernando Torres. So a few world-class players in that selection, maybe a few less on the pitch today than we would necessarily think. So if you have any ideas who the player could be, let me know. And Aspi, yes, absolutely, Josh. It's quite an easy one when you think about it in terms of who's oldest and stuff like that. Bamford, good shout to be fair, but he could have been on the Chelsea side if it had started that long ago. Afternoon, Chris. Lovely to see you. Thank you for popping in. Hopefully it's a good stream, and hopefully I can live up to Josh's expectations and how good he is. Like I said, Josh is a view from the stand, so be sure to, if you like this kind of content, like this kind of thing, be sure to subscribe to Josh as well. We've got 5 minutes till kick-off. So we've talked about the teams, we've talked about obviously the big change and the 6 changes that Thomas Tuchel has made to his Chelsea side. But let's compare Chelsea and Leeds United. And I think this is 2 teams that have goals in them. Whether they'll come under this new Thomas Tuchel era and Chelsea can start to score the goals is a completely different question. The top goal scorer, like I said earlier, is a weird one for Chelsea. They've got Abraham and Jorginho both on 6 goals, but Jorginho's have all been penalty goals, which shows the vital nature of penalties, which is really interesting. I swear Aspi has been at Chelsea forever. He has been, actually. I think he joined the year after we won the Champions League, because I think he either won it it was either the year after or literally the year we came. I think he joined the same summer as Eden Hazard, so it'd be the same year. But yeah, he has been at Chelsea for ages, which is probably why he's our captain, and he really deserves to be our captain. He is a consistent player. But anyway, the best players in terms of rating, according to the app I have, are Rafinha and Mason Mount, which is 2 completely different players. I'd love to know who you think the best player has been for Leeds so far this season. I think Leeds have been a bit of a shock package so far. I think a lot of people expected it, but personally, I didn't think they'd do as well as they have done. I didn't see much in them, but they do concede a lot of goals, which is another thing. So Rafinha and Mason Mount, I can't speak highly enough of Mason Mount. Josh will tell you that from the time I was on his stream. He is a fantastic player, Mason Mount, and definitely in there with the call-ups for the England setup. The teams are just walking out, just on my screen here. That's why I'll be looking that way. That's because where the screen is, in case if anyone's wondering. Leeds United, though, do come into this having only won 2 in their last 7 games. 2 in their last 7. I don't think we expected that from Leeds. The 2 wins were against Southampton and Palace. They have played the likes of Arsenal and Wolves, and it's been a bit of a tough run, tough period, and it seems to have been a tough run for many teams. Not looking at Aston Villa at all there, Josh. But it has been a tough run for a lot of people, and no more so than Leeds. And, you know, they need to push themselves further up the table if they want to. Leeds United's team's just coming out right now, and then we'll be sorted in a few minutes. Hopefully my stream's on time today and not slightly behind, but if not, I'll have to turn my phone on silent. And Chelsea, of course, Thomas Tuchel has taken over and really taken like a duck to water in this Chelsea team, and seemed to have improved Chelsea. Whether or not it has actually improved is a completely different question. But I think Chelsea have improved defensively, and that's the most important part. The key games in that is, the 0-0 against Manchester United. Was it a good result? Wasn't it? That can be up for debate. Let me know if you think a 0-0 draw against United is a good result or just expected now. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. And then 3 fantastic results with a 1-0 win against Liverpool, Spurs and Atletico. They were 3 fantastic games for Chelsea. A little bit boring because they're only 1-0. I'm hoping for a few more goals today. It'll help me ease myself into this commentary. But there should be a few more goals today, and that should be helpful. Josh says, just tweeted on our account for you, Sam. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate that. Hopefully we can get a few more people in there, hopefully. So yeah, just looking at the animations on the screen, Mendy looks as if he is obviously starting in goal with a 3 at the back in front of him, with Pulisic at that right wing back role, which I think is a little bit strange. Ziyech looks as if he's going to be playing in one of those number 10 roles, which we so often associate with the Thomas Tuchel side. And it'll be interesting to see how they line up in game if Ziyech and Pulisic swap around. Like I said, though, there has been a lot of goals shipped by Leeds United, and there has been a lot of goals conceded by Leeds United. They are currently in a negative goal difference. A win against Chelsea here could really help them push themselves into a positive goal difference. They currently have conceded 46 goals and only scored 43, which is one less than Chelsea have scored this season. So it's an interesting lineup, and it should be a really interesting game. Camera's just zooming in on Marcelo Bielsa, looking his normal stern self. This game has lots of goals, left, right. Yes, I definitely think so. I think it should have a lot of goals. It depends how Chelsea set up, though, Josh. It really does. A fantastic team. Couple of fantastic teams here, and Chelsea defensively, we know how strong and how capable they can be. So we're just about to kick off here. It is just, they've just taken the knee for the Black Lives Matter campaign. 150 subs. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for helping me hit 150 subs. Really, really appreciate that. And it seemed like a milestone that was miles away at the beginning of the year when I was cruising at about 85. So it's really picked up, and I really appreciate your guys' help. Looks like a 4 at the back. No, it does. The way they've set up in these opening few seconds looks like a bit of a back 3, if I'm honest with you, Zach. They've kind of fallen into that position. I wouldn't be surprised if it is a back 4, but I can see Pulisic outright. So that might be what dictates this game. Josh Haw, thank you for dropping in, Josh. Really interesting game today. Do fancy Chelsea, though. Very dangerous side in the Champions League as well, which worries me as a Liverpool fan. Yes, they've been very solid as well as a Chelsea team, and I think that's a good point to make for Liverpool. I think if they do come up against Chelsea in the next round, which I'd love to see, if Chelsea get through, obviously, I don't want to jinx that, but I'd love to see that. And it would be really interesting. And I don't think they'll be able to cope with them, especially at the minute. Sorry I'm late. No worries, Jordan. Lovely to see you, mate. Glad you're in here. Don't talk about Porto. We don't want to hear about Porto. And another one from Josh. Chelsea surely got an eye on Atletico, but should have enough versus a poor Leeds team. Yeah, that's why Mason Mount and Jorginho are playing. Just as the ball's being passed around between Edouard Mendy, there's a lot of pressure, early pressure from Leeds United here, really pushing Chelsea back into the bottom left. Ball with Ben Chilwell now, as Havertz loses the ball up front. Typical German for Chelsea, really, that. But yeah, they have got an eye on Atletico. That's why Mount and Jorginho, are both playing today, because we want to be able to save them for the to be able to save Kovacic and probably Kante and maybe some more of the attacking lineup for the game against Atletico. Agreed. But fancy Chelsea in both today and midweek. Tuchel is a tactical genius and will take this Chelsea side to big things. I absolutely agree. Just as the ball's been knocked over the top, Kai Havertz has held up the ball, and good defending by the Leeds defenders out for a throw-in. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you there. I think if he can keep himself in with Abramovich, I think he could be a really sensational manager for Chelsea, and I totally agree with you there, Josh. What are we going to do at halftime? I don't know. Probably just vibe. I don't know. Well, I'll let you guys decide. Maybe we'll have a bit of a halftime debrief if you want. Absolutely open to your guys' suggestions. What we're going to do at halftime. So that sounds like a bit of good fun we can have there. Absolutely up to you guys. Get your comments, get your ideas in for what we can do as a bit of a halftime show. So we're about 3 minutes in here. It looks like Leeds United are pressing quite high up the field. Rudiger's just given away a free kick at the halfway line, having stepped out of position. It looks to be a very open game so far, and I'm looking forward to it, I must say. Tuchel will jump ship to the German job. I hope not. I mean, I could see it. I really could. It's one of those. It's one of those, isn't it? You know, whenever the national job comes up and you're a good manager, you always want that job. That's always going to happen. And unfortunately, if he does, it'd be frustrating. But I could understand it. But he's got a new challenge here at Chelsea. Pardon me. He's got a new challenge here at Chelsea, and I don't think he's one to shy away from a challenge unless he gets kicked out by the owner. Knowing Chelsea's record with managers, yeah, that does not surprise me one bit. So Leeds have just picked up the ball in the midway. There's been a few nice exchanges in the early parts of the game between both teams. It does look like a three at the back, Zach, with Christensen, Azpilicueta and Rudiger in there, with Pulisic out right and Chilwell out left. Azpilicueta's just driven the ball out from centre-half, dropped it off to Pulisic, and we're recycling the football again. I hope that isn't the story of this game. I must say, it does look like there's going to be a lot of recycling of football. Neither team will want to make a mistake because they both know the attacking prowess of both teams, and both teams don't need much to get a goal, and that'll really decide the game. 2 seconds. Just have myself a drink. I know it's 12:30, but we're on the stream, so might as well help myself to a brother's cider. So Chilwell's got the ball on the left-hand side. A few heavy tackles seem to be flying in. They seem to not be holding back so far. Roberts has just nicked the ball and took it out of play there from Chelsea. And yeah, a few early heavy tackles in the game. A lot of possession for both teams currently. Chelsea are just starting to get on the ball a little bit more. Your prediction is 2-1 Chelsea. Yeah, I think you're not far wrong with that, Fusion. I think that'll be an interesting. I think that'll be interesting by the end of the game. I hope it's not one of Josh's boring 0-0ers that he seems to pick, but hopefully it isn't. Are they the sponsor for the video? I wish they were, but they're not. It just happens to be that I've got them here, so I would recommend them. And if they ever did want to, I'd be more than happy to. But no, they're not. Yeah, let me know your score predictions, everyone. I think I'm going to go 3-1 Chelsea. I like Fusion's prediction, but I think Chelsea have got a few more goals in them. Pulisic drive in, pull back to Havertz. Oh, Meslier saved off the line. Very, very close from Kai Havertz there. Just got a toe in. Pulisic had the ball outright, went to beat the Leeds United defender, and has just poked it across the box. Havertz has run in front of Luke Ayling there, and Bamford's up the other end, passes it across. 1-0 Leeds. Is it 1-0 Leeds or is it offside? Oh no, we don't know what's going on here. It looks like it's been flagged as offside. Looks like it has. It would have been Tyler Roberts, the goal. The through ball there came from Rafinha, and yes, Patrick Bamford is half a yard offside. What an interesting game this is looking like to be. It is so early on, and we've had 2 clear opportunities for both. Unfortunately for Patrick Bamford, he couldn't stay on side. But oh my God, my heart was in my mouth there. 3-2 says Chris Ring. Yeah, I think that's probably good. I think Leeds United have a lot of attacking options. So I wouldn't be surprised. And we've seen so far, just from this game so far, that it is absolutely fast-paced, this game so far. 3-1, yeah, agreeing with me there, absolutely. Wow, not that man Bamford. No, that would be a kick in the teeth again if Bamford scored against us for the second time. Should have goals in the game, both can score, but also both concede. Yeah, I agree. We haven't seen them concede as much Chelsea so far under Thomas Tuchel, but it will happen. Obviously, but it will happen, and we will start to ship a few goals the wrong end. Erin says, I think 2-1. Who do you reckon the goal scorers are going to be, Erin? Let's show off your Chelsea knowledge for you. And Josh is agreeing with his dad there. Mane or Sterling? I'm not sure what that was a response to. But nevertheless, Fusion, let me know what that was a response to. I can't remember what I've said now. But the ball is just being switched over to Rudiger from Ziyech there, driving at the defenders. Mason Mount creating a little pocket of space, and he's overhit the ball, unfortunately. The game is going to be better than Burnley game later, I'm doing. Yeah, I mean, that was your choice to do the Burnley game, Josh, though, so you can't blame me for that one. I mean, I did ask you if you were going to do the Chelsea game, so if it's an exciting one, then that's your fault for missing out on it. And just saw the replay of that goal earlier on again. Or the disallowed goal, should I say. So it still remains 0-0, despite Roberts having the ball in the back of the net a few minutes ago. Ziyech needs to step up today. Totally agree with that, Josh. He is he's very far off the top spot in this Chelsea team, as in top picks for first name on the team sheet, and he's not really been great. He was okay in patches, and just as he spun up defender, no, never mind. Typical Chelsea that so far this season. But yeah, he's been good in patches, and hopefully he can start finding the score sheet. When he first made his debut, he was actually really impressive. I must give that to him. But he got a couple of assists in sort of 3 or 4 games, a couple of goals. So I must give that to him. But even still, as the ball's rolled through to Havertz, I think that's Llorente has just kicked the ball off his own defender, and it's rattled the crossbar. That was untidy from Leeds United. The ball was played through from Havertz. It bounced off Pulisic, and Llorente, I think it was Ayling, kicked the ball onto Llorente off the crossbar, unfortunately back into Meslier's hands. Maybe Mount and Werner. Yeah, I could see that. Mason Mount's been in great form of recent weeks. That fantastic goal against Liverpool. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Hopefully Havertz can start scoring a few more goals himself, and really, as Mount threads him through, is this going to go anywhere? Pulled back to Azpilicueta, who's given the ball away to Leeds United. So that's the story of the game so far. No end product for both teams in the first 10 minutes, despite a few chances. And it's really end-to-end, really opened up. Pulisic is dropping into that right wing-back role, getting up and down that right-hand side. So it does look like a 3 at the back rather than a 4 at the back. The ball's pulled across for Leeds United, cleared by Kante. Good defending there from Kante. I love the 5:30 kickoff. Can't stand the early ones. I mean, I do, but I'm usually at work on a Saturday night. But I've managed to get it off so I can spend some time with my mum and Nana for Mother's Day. So that's why I would prefer the earlier kickoffs. Havertz will be a hit next season. Yeah, I think I can see that. I think he's been unlucky so far. 71% possession for Chelsea. Wow. He's been really unlucky so far, Kai Havertz. And, excuse me, crikey. The cider's made me burpy already. My God. Yeah, I think Havertz has been unlucky so far this season. He's had a couple of knocks. He obviously got coronavirus as well. And it's been a really tough opening season for him and Werner. I think if one of them had hit the ground running, I think the other one would have found it easier. Considering as well how well they do for Germany on a week-by-week basis, it is frustrating to see. Havertz is just tripped there, just as I say that. It is frustrating to see. So I think by the looks of things, we're all going for a Chelsea win. Does anyone think Leeds are going to get a point from this, or do we all think that actually Chelsea under Tuchel are too strong? It'd be really interesting to see what you think. So the free kick is just inside the Leeds United half. The ball was pinged up to Havertz there, and just a silly clip on the Germans' ankles there. Not really much to talk about at the minute. We're just waiting for Azpilicueta to continue passing the ball again. Pulisic, ball goes out of play, unlucky. Yeah, it looks like Pulisic is out on that right-hand side, so should be an interesting setup as well. Like I said, we've got 13 of us in here. Thank you for all coming in. If you are new around here, be sure to smash that subscribe button. We have hit 150 subscribers, so thank you to you guys. I really appreciate that. And if we can smash the like button as well, that would really help my channel grow. Yeah, so early signs from both teams that they're going to attack a lot in this game, and that is exciting for me. At least hopefully we won't get a 0-0 draw, and if we do, it looks like an exciting 0-0 draw at that one. just watching that comical nearly own goal there from Luke Ayling kicking it onto Llorente. It must have been a matter of inches if that had gone over Meslier, maybe just literally an inch lower. That's in the back of the net. And Leeds have got away with one there, got away with their clumsiness so far. And I think I'm going to stick with my 3-1 for Chelsea. I think I'm going to stick with that. Leeds are a very good side, but Chelsea are dominating so far, much as a contrast to the last one, the dominating possession. Chris Ring says, I think Leeds will push forward and leave space at the back that Chelsea will exploit. Yes, Pulisic is just about to do that. Oh, driven across goal, saved by Meslier. Mount can't pick up the rebound. Yeah, literally just as you type that. Looks like it's going to be an interesting game, and I think Chelsea can exploit it. They've got lots of pace up front. And hopefully Havertz can get a few goals for a Chelsea perspective, because it'd be nice to actually have a consistent goal scorer. Tammy Abraham obviously is on 6 goals this season, like I mentioned earlier on. Werner isn't really scoring. I think he's on like 5. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Balls with Luke Ayling just in the right back position now. A few long balls going about. Seems a little bit scrappy at the minute. There seems to be a few scrappy bits of play and then some less scrappy bits of play, sort of all mingled in. It will go from, as Christiansen gives the ball away, Rafinha plays the ball through, Bamford on the edge of the box, rolls it out to Roberts. Roberts pulls back to Bamford. Kante fouls. Advantage. Oh, off the crossbar from Tyler Roberts. Edouard Mendy completely lost the sight of the ball there. Completely lost the flight of it. And Tyler Roberts is unlucky not to put Leeds United ahead for the first time, well, the second time in this game. And wow, that was very, very close from Leeds United. Chelsea got away with one there, and so did Christiansen. That all came away from him giving the ball away in his own half. Edouard Mendy misjudged the flight of the ball there. That was a close one for Chelsea. Tyler Roberts looks bright in this in the opening exchanges so far. We are 15 minutes in, and it is still 0-0 Leeds. Leeds have been decent to be fair. Yeah, I agree. Other than the mistake. Well, I say the mistake. It was either a tactical clearance by Ayling to kick it onto Llorente and onto the bar, or it was a piece of genius, or it was a fluke. But I'll let you guys decide that. But yeah, they have been decent to be fair. They're really pressing high on Chelsea. They're just giving away another foul, and that's probably part of it. We're just watching that Tyler Roberts goal again. It does look like it takes the deflection off Christiansen, which is maybe why. Oh, very unlucky. Maybe why it loses the flight there, Edouard Mendy. Maybe that's why he loses the flight of it. Be really, it'd be interesting to see that from a different angle. If it actually did take a clip off Christiansen's ankle. Looks like Chelsea have just won a corner. Mason Mount doing some high pressing. Balls bounced off Luke Ayling by the looks of things. Just watching this, they like showing this replay, don't they? Yeah, it just clips off Andreas Christiansen. And I think Chelsea have got away with one there because Mendy's just moved out of the way of the ball as it's dropping. And if he hadn't, I think it'd have hit his back and gone in his own net there. So, tactical goalkeeping, I'm going to say? Probably not. But interesting, very interesting start to the game. I cannot rate them more. I love them. A lot of shots of Marcelo Bielsa crouched down. It's his key pose, isn't it, really? Key pose. Throw into Chelsea with Ben Chilwell. Into Kai Havertz. Back to Chilwell. Big hoof up the field. Looks like it's going to drop towards Mount. Ayling goes down with a head injury. Not sure how much was in that. Might have to see another replay. It looks like just a clash of heads. Ayling looks like he'll be all right. Currently on the floor, though. It looks like an elbow to the face by Mason Mount. It's completely accidental. Both players looking at the ball, and Mount's won the header, and he's just caught Luke Ayling there in the face. Looks like an uncomfortable one, and one that will hurt in the morning, most certainly. So it's gone out for a throw-in. Ayling on the throw-in, dusted himself off, and rolls the ball into Roberts. Has that gone out of play? No, good tackle from Rudiger. into Chilwell. Christensen calmly plays the ball to Kante, and Chelsea are looking to counter-attack now. Azpilicueta plays it out wide to Pulisic, who's looked dangerous in the opening few minutes, taking on Aliolski, rolls it to Ziyech. Ziyech from range gets blocked by Phillips, and now it looks like Leeds are on their counter-attack. Oh my gosh, this is a really fast-paced game. Rafinha goes by Jorginho, and I don't know what that was or who that was who tried that, but that was awful. I think it was Jack Harrison. Just tried to flick the ball over to Bamford, and it's been intercepted by Azpilicueta, and Edouard Mendy can easily gather the back pass with the header. So let me know who you've got in your fantasy teams from from these two teams. I think I've got Bamford, Rudiger, Mount, and Timo Werner. Timo Werner is excluded from the squad so far. So we have got quite a few players for me, and so double the pressure. If a Patrick Bamford goal goes in, I guess I'm not that disappointed, but I lose Rudiger points. So let me know. And I've been thinking about maybe running a FBL league next season to rival Josh's. No, hand in hand with Josh's to see who come out on top. So let me know if that's something you guys would enjoy, because I think it's just a good way to make the football a bit more exciting, especially when you've got boring games like the last few that Josh has commentated on. Ball played into, I think that's Jack Harrison, just on the edge of the box. Clumsy pass, but they've managed to recycle the ball a little bit there. Back out on the edge of the box, ball whipped in. Oh, good clearance by Rudiger. Patrick Bamford was lurking behind him there. Thank you to everyone who is on the stream currently. If you are new, be sure to like and subscribe. I really appreciate all the help, guys. 20 minutes in now. Fantastic open game so far. Ziyech picking up the ball, looking for that run of Mason Mount. Intercepted by Luke Ayling, well intercepted, and Calvin Phillips blocks off Havertz, so Ayling can continue. Rafinha really has done a few strange touches in the opening stages. Has just accidentally ballooned the ball over his own head there. Really difficult. Well, difficult to get wrong. It was literally just a simple pass. Oh, nearly out for a corner there. Ball's at the edge of the box for Leeds. Trying to take on Pulisic. Easily done. Ball whipped in for Bamford. Oh, good defending by Rudiger there. Good defending. Let me know who you think has been the standout player for Leeds and Chelsea this season. Do you agree with what I said earlier, where the best rated players were Mason Mount and Rafinha? Good ball in behind by Ziyech through to Havertz. Havertz is one-on-one with the defender. Oh, sloppy pass, but Pulisic has picked it up. Crossed in. Good save by Meslier. It looks like it was offside in the first place. It looks like it wouldn't have counted if Chelsea had got there. Rafinha is a top baller. I can see him having a big move soon. Yeah, I think he's been linked with Manchester United, which is a interesting one. He's a flair player. Reminds me very much of Neymar in that sense. He can fly by a few players and really cause havoc in a defence. And they're just showing the replay now of Bamford and Rudiger both going in for that cross. Great defending there from Rudiger. Put his body on the line and won the header before Bamford could pounce. Christensen has the ball at the edge of the box. Looks like it's been another goal kick, so seems to be quite end to end at the minute. Hopefully, well, it should settle down. Hopefully it will. Bit of a late challenge there, bit of a clumsy challenge there. I can't work out who that was. I think it was Roberts. Yeah, a bit of a clumsy challenge there. He's just accidentally stood on the back of Jorginho's leg as Jorginho's fallen over. Looks like a bit of a sore on that one. And he looks like he's off into the book for that. Yeah, it looks like a yellow card there for Tyler Roberts. His name's been written down, and he is in the book. So that is the first booking of the game so far. James Friction. Hi, mate. Love to see you on the streams. I'm doing a survey for university, and I need people's opinions on whether... Right, we're not going with that. Nice one. Let's go back to Josh's comment. So Rudiger has the ball down at the bottom of the pitch. Rafinha has just picked the ball up, tackled by Ben Chilwell. Kante driving out with the ball, takes the ball past. Oh, Ziyech's clumsy touch again from Hakim Ziyech. He bit all over the place this morning. I don't know what you guys think so far. To the few clumsy touches that have been going on in this Chelsea team. But a great ball in from Ziyech. Can Ben Chilwell get the ball in nice and early? Oh, he's taken too long there. Pulisic gets his head on it though. Oh, just glanced across the box, that one. And maybe should have been a bit more if he'd put the ball in earlier. That would have been it'd been interesting to see if Pulisic could actually score a header. I'm not sure he could. So we're 25 minutes in now. Other than that disallowed goal and a few accidental crossbar hits and a few big deflections, not really much has gone on so far in the game. Goal before half-time would be good. I've seen from Josh there. Yes, totally agree. Might liven up the game as well if we can get one sort of before 30 minutes. We'll liven up the game a little bit and give me something more to commentate on, because currently we're looking at the Jack Charlton stand, which doesn't really give me much to talk about. But thank you to everyone who is currently watching. Whether you're a Chelsea fan or a Leeds United fan, I really appreciate it. Battling a few heavy tackles. Crikey, that looked like a heavy tackle from Ayling. Looked a little bit out of control there on N'Golo Kante. But the ball's been recycled by Leeds back to Meslier. I really wish I knew the numbers for each of the Leeds United players. That made my life so much easier currently. I think that's Aliolski who's got the ball. We'll pretend like I know what I mean. High pressure here from Chelsea. I think they might have just won themselves a corner there. N'Golo Kante putting the pressure on. It looks like it was Calvin Phillips there. Or no, it was Jack Harrison, that one was. I can't see the numbers. It's doing my head in. Ayling's just picked up the ball. It's very, very deep they're playing currently in Chelsea's defence. And it's, it's kind of surprising how deep they've been playing. Really inviting a bit of pressure on here, Leeds. Jorginho switches the play to Ben Chilwell. The ball has been intercepted. That's it, mate. Got to blag the opposition sometimes. Yeah, it's just difficult as well because they all have man buns as well, don't they, Leeds United? So that makes it even more difficult. It's not like they've got a defining feature. It's not like with Liverpool where you can see Mo Salah's little afro or whatever it is. It makes it really difficult to see who's who because they've all got man buns. But anyway, Azpilicueta driving forward. Here's Pulisic. Picked up the ball again. He's looked bright in the early stages. I've just seen Man Bun FC. I totally agree with that, Josh. I'll tell you what, it must be difficult for some of the commentators as well because they've all got man buns, and if you don't know the numbers like me, well, you're just done for, really, aren't you? Not really much is going on currently. Christensen just playing the ball around the back, played into Mason Mount's feet, and then out of play. Really been the story of this first half. A few clear-cut chances, but not too many. But it has been, I guess, exciting. It's hard to describe as Mason Mount gets bullied off the ball there and out for a goal kick. Wow. I'm just thinking about that Luke Ayling, well, nearly the own goal for Llorente there. I just keep thinking about that. That was literally half an inch away from being one of the biggest catastrophes of a own goal. Oh, that looks a bit short from that pass from Llorente, but Luke Ayling's bailed him out. But looks like Kante running through the middle. Is he going to get a shot off? Blazes it over, miles over there from N'Golo Kante. Do we think N'Golo Kante is the best holding midfielder in the world or best ball-winning midfielder in the world? It'd be interesting to see what you guys think because I think there's a lot of hype around N'Golo Kante. And, it looks like the ball's just taken a deflection there off the Leeds United defender. So it might be a corner. It is. Maybe not as bad shot as I thought it was. Mason Mount's over there to take the corner. But do you think N'Golo Kante is the best ball-winning midfielder in the league. I definitely think he was, well, in the world even. I definitely think he was a few seasons back, but I'm not so sure now. Ball whipped in by Mason Mount. Ayling goes down, goes over the top of everyone, out towards Jorginho. Jorginho's going to recycle the ball back round to Ziyech. Ziyech lofts one in and over too far past Pulisic. So the opening exchange is just coming up to 30 minutes. We've had a few clear-cut chances here, and Christian Pulisic has grown his beard back again. I said this on Josh's stream. He seems to grow it back in the space of 2 weeks. Oh, that's nice. I'm still a big fan of Kante. Yes, I must agree. I think he is good. I think he's better in a 2 than he is in a 3. I think Frank Lampard didn't get the most out of N'Golo Kante there, and neither did Sarri, because Sarri put him further up the field. I think under Sarri, I understood what he was trying to do. He was trying to get Kante to press further up the pitch, but it just didn't work because that's not how Kante works. He works at getting back. So the team he's very good at, if the team's running at you, N'Golo Kante is very good at running back and picking up the ball that way. And he's very good at running back. And when the player is running at a different player, just nicking the ball from there. I think Højbjerg is very underrated and not talked about as a defensive midfielder. Yeah, I think he's been good so far this season. I think Jose Mourinho's loyalty to him kind of shows that. Sorry, I'm just getting distracted by Christian Pulisic trying to take on Aliolski here. Is he going to do it? No, he's been tackled. Jack Harrison cleans the ball up. Yeah, but I agree with you there. Højbjerg has been good this season, and I think he is a bit underrated. I think he was good in that Southampton side. I just think in that Southampton side, James Ward-Prowse was always going to be the player there rather than Højbjerg. As Patrick Bamford has actually gone down here. I didn't see what happened there. Maybe something off the ball. I don't know if it was from the defending. Looks like Rudiger's jumped up and it just looks like it's the way he's landed. They've both jumped up for the ball, shoulder to shoulder, and it just looks like maybe on the way down, the way that Patrick Bamford has landed there, maybe a little bit of an uncomfortable one. Looks like a hyperextension. To me, Rodrigo looks like he's warming up, so it doesn't look good for Leeds United with a top goal scorer potentially going off. Hi June, lovely to see you. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining the stream. I really appreciate it. A 2-1 Chelsea, yeah, that seems to be a very popular score today. I think quite a few of them have gone with that. Really interesting to see how Chelsea face and see if they can keep that clean sheet, because everyone seems to think Leeds are going to get a goal, and I wonder if this Patrick Bamford substitution will change the game for better or worse. It looks like he's coming off. It looks like he's maybe hyperextended his leg as he's landed there. Looks like a really uncomfortable one for him. Definitely will hurt in the morning, as they say. Bamford going to be able to carry on? I'm not sure, Josh. You'll have to let me know what you think to that. It doesn't look like it. They might just give him a couple of minutes, see how he feels, as Marcelo Bielsa crouches in his little position again. But it looks like, I'm trying to work out what Bamford's doing here. It looks like he's coming back on for the time being. So I don't know if that's to give Rodrigo time. He's not moving very freely as the camera pans to him there. He's not moving very freely on that right knee. But it'd be interesting to see if he can carry on. I'm sure they'll be getting Rodrigo ready and warmed up. Jack Harrison looks like he's pushed a little bit further forward, though, to save Bamford's legs for the time being, just to give him something a little bit different. As Kante rolls the ball through to Havertz. Havertz pulls back, and the ball's been intercepted there by Aliolski by the looks of things. Good defending. Kante's recycled the ball, though, giving it back out wide to Havertz, looking to whip a ball into Kante at the edge of the box. Looks like it's going out wide again. Kante turns back in. Picks out Chilwell at the edge of the box. Has an effort, just wide. Just gone past Meslier at his right-hand side. Good bit of attacking play there. Looked like it could have created something a little bit more, but I think Chilwell just needed to hold on to the ball that little bit longer there, and maybe could have rolled in. I think it was Mason Mount who was wider than him. I keep losing my mouse on my computer because I've got it synced up. Yes, smash that like button and subscribe, guys. Yes, thank you for reminding me, Josh. That is not my forte. The corner is whipped in. Oh, gone too high, too far again. The corners so far for Chelsea haven't been great, but we've managed to retain the ball. Oh, good tackle. That was really nicked off Pulisic's feet there. Really good tackle. Tyler Roberts has just lost the ball for Leeds on the counter-attack. Oh, and just playing the ball around the back again. Leeds finding their shape. Chelsea trying to get a few defenders back to shape their team a bit more. As a through ball goes through, Ziyech putting the pressure on. Meslier overhit the pass there and got rolled into Meslier's hands. Bamford's still looking to have a bit of a limp on that knee that he's just injured. So it looks like maybe at half-time they'll do the substitution or they'll speak to him. I'm sure Marcelo Bielsa and his team will be keeping a close eye on that. He looks like, saying that, Patrick Bamford has just gone down. He has just sat down. And he looks like he's not going to be able to continue. That's a real shame for Leeds United. That Patrick Bamford has been sensational so far this season for Leeds United. 13 goals in the league, and I'm sure there's more in other competitions. But Patrick Bamford is going to be subbed off. Their main man, their number 9, is going to be subbed off, and it looks like it is. It's just been confirmed. Rodrigo will be coming on for him, the FIFA pace merchant himself. Chris Ring, can't see the game, but sounds like quite a good 0-0 so far. Yes, it really is. It's been end-to-end. A few clear-cut chances, Chris. Yeah, it looks like it's been more exciting, I tell you what, than the Liverpool game that me and Josh did the other week. Liverpool-Chelsea game, should I say. It's been really exciting. Maybe this Rodrigo substitution could be for better or for worse here for Leeds United. You never know how it's going to suit. I thought that about Thiago Silva a few weeks ago. I think it was against Spurs. He got injured, and I thought, we're in real trouble here. But Christensen stepped up to the plate, so maybe Rodrigo can do a similar thing. Kai Havertz has just bundled over what looks like to be Llorente there, put pressure in the ball. I think Llorente needs to be a bit stronger, but there was a lot of force in that shoulder barge from Kai Havertz. 35 minutes played now, guys. Going into the last 10 minutes of the game, the first half, sorry, not of the game. Oh my God, that'd have gone quick, wouldn't it? But in the last 10 minutes of the first half, long ball looking for Rodrigo. Doesn't seem to have materialised at all. That I'm interested to hear what you guys think to Rodrigo. I was looking at his stats. I think he played for, who was it? It was either Valencia or one of the, I think it was Valencia. But anyway, I was looking at his stats for his previous club, and he scored about a maximum of 6. Mounts just won the ball back there on the edge of the Chelsea box after a promising Leeds attack. Yeah, Rodrigo was, good ball from Mason Mount. I'll talk about Rodrigo in a second. The ball's been switched over to Ziyech, and great defending there from Calvin Phillips, really getting in behind. Rodrigo, he's a player who doesn't really score many goals, looking at his stats from his time in Spain. But I'd be interested to see what you guys think to Rodrigo. How has he fared so far as a Leeds United player? Has he been disappointing? I think he's only bagged sort of 3 or 4 goals this season, which is typical of Rodrigo. But he has been playing a bit more of a less out-and-out striker role, more of a central midfield role, or a central attacking midfield role. Mason Mount on the corner. Hopefully this one can be a bit more entertaining. All bounces off Rudiger and into the hands of Meslier. It's really difficult, this game, because there's been a few half chances there, and if Rudiger had been a little bit more switched on and swung a leg at that, that could have been a really promising attack there. The counter-attack was on there, but Rafinha has just overhit his pass to Rodrigo. Rodrigo looks as if he's gone to that main attacking role. Looks almost... It's a strange formation, actually. I think they're playing like a 4-1-4-1 by the looks of things, Leeds United. Chris Ring says, which transfers do you think Tuchel will make in the summer? I think he's going to go for another striker. I don't know. It depends on how much faith he has in Timo Werner. He has a lot of faith in Timo Werner currently, but we need a striker who's going to score us some goals, because we can't be having Jorginho as our joint top goal scorer. That's just not going to work. He only scores penalties as well. It's not like it's Souček or someone like that, someone who gets goals from other areas of the pitch. So I think a striker will be something, and I think Tammy Abraham will leave. I can't see Giroud going. Good strike from Mason Mount from about 25 yards out, saved down to his right by Meslier. Yeah, I can't see Giroud going. I can't see Werner going. I think that'd be stupid if we let Werner go. He's just starting to improve a little bit. So it'll be an interesting summer, definitely. Who do you think, Chris? Who do you think will be a target this summer for Chelsea? Where do you think we need to fill up on? I think the other position is right back. Reece James has been fantastic so far, but when Azpilicueta eventually starts to play less games, I think having a right back or someone who can fill in for Azpilicueta will be really useful. Mount's just picked up the ball, rolled it to Ziyech. Ziyech again with another poor touch. Like, what have we got to do to, get Ziyech and Werner to actually have good touches of the ball? Well driven out there by Christensen. Advantage, says the referee. A few clips at his heels and an overhit pass there, well defended by Alioski. So let me know, guys, what you want to do during the halftime break. If you have any ideas of what we could do, any fun games, whatever, or if you just want to tell me your thoughts on the game, we will have a read through them, and maybe we'll have a rundown of the stats. I think it's pretty Chelsea dominated so far, as Chelsea continue to dominate possession in games under Tuchel. I was thinking in the back, yeah, I agree. But I think we're going to have Thiago Silva for another season by the looks of things. So I think that'll be one position where we maybe will wait until the January transfer window or a different transfer window. Agree on another centre-back. Yeah, it's just for Azpilicueta, really. Azpi and Thiago doesn't have age on their side. Yeah, totally agree with that. I just think we're going to use them until their contracts run out but to be fair to the both of them, they're absolute professionals. And as absolute professionals, they're able to, continue playing at the highest level. And moving Azpilicueta in as a centre-back rather than a right-back or a right-wing-back really has helped lengthen his career in this Chelsea team. And he's ever the professional in that Chelsea lineup. I'll be excited to see when Thiago Silva returns and we can play him with Christensen or Rudiger and Azpilicueta. That'd be really interesting. Tighten the back and score more. Sounds obvious, but a winning formula. Yeah, totally agree there, Chris. I think the goals are the real problem at the minute. I think we need Pulisic back in that form that we had him at the end of last season. Pulisic really carried us. He scored a fantastic goal. I don't know if any of you remember against Liverpool. Got a fantastic assist against Liverpool for Tammy Abraham. And Pulisic just needs to find that form yet again. You need a left-footed centre-back. Rudiger misplaced a few passes on his left foot in this first half. Yeah, that's always a big point, and that's what Josh said was good about last night. He said was good about Tyrone Mings being left-footed. Are you expecting your Chelsea call-up, Zach? Is that why you've said that? I mean, to be fair, we do need a left-footed player in this team. It's just a shame that we can't do something with Alonso like we've done with Azpilicueta. Mason Mount has a free kick just at the right-hand side of the Leeds United box, sort of from a crossing position from about 25, 30 yards out. Looks like he's going to whip it in and gone straight into the hands of Meslier, who's managed to punch that out. Pulled it back. Christensen's retained the ball. Ben Chilwell's gone down the left flank, crosses it in. Can Rudiger get on that? No. Great. Good hands there from Meslier. Fantastic goalkeeping from Meslier so far in this first half. He's been my man of the match so far. He's really been a fantastic player so far this game. He's really done well. I'm retired these days. Yeah, I must say I hung up my boots as well, Zach. So the glory days are gone. The glory days of QBFC are done. The centre-back / left-back, centre-back partnership is over. Definitely. Yeah, but I agree with what you say there, Zach. We do need a left-footed centre-back. Meslier's just displaced the pass there. As I say that. Commentator's curse, that one, isn't it? Just as I praise Meslier for being a fantastic goalkeeper, he ends up displacing the pass. I'm left-footed, but I'm not sure I meet the criteria. I've not seen you play, Chris, so send me your footage and I'll send it on to Thomas Tuchel for you if you want. I'm sure Josh has got a few fails of you doing different bits and bobs. Leeds United have the ball up the pitch, and N'Golo Kante has just blocked across, so it looks like a Leeds United corner for them now. Or any criteria. Well, you don't know. You could, to be fair, I think anyone could line up in this Grimsby Town team currently. So you might get your call up sometime soon, Chris. That's all I can say. Stick to the golf, Dad. Yeah, maybe, but I'm open to trying him. You know, you try people once, give them their opportunity, Josh. You've got to give them their opportunity. That's the important part. Corner taken by Rafinha has really overhit that, and Kante's been able to play that out for another corner. I think it's gone out for a corner. It might have gone out for a goal kick there, actually. Goal kick, a throw in. Looks like it's another corner. I can't. Manbun FC going over to take the corner again. I can't actually tell who this one is. It's really difficult for me to tell from here. Oh, it's a throw in, actually. The linesman who's said to Aylin it's a throw-in, and good pressure there by Chilwell and Jorginho together to knock the ball out again for another throw-in. So we've got a minute left of the football so far. Been an exciting first half. The ball is just currently in the top right of the pitch as Leeds are the way Leeds are attacking. They're trying to dig a ball out to try and get the ball in the box, maybe pushing for that goal just before half time. If they get a goal here, it will really change the outcome of this game, and well, the halftime talks especially, it should really change it. Rafinha whips the ball in, blocked by Rudiger, cleared by Mason Mount. Don't know if there's any extra time currently. Rodrigo just chests the ball down to Aliolski, blasts the ball at Pulisic, and Kante's able to recover. And Kante, we've got a minute left of this half now, a minute extra time, says the linesman. Says the fourth official. I wish I could talk today. Great ball in. Good save. There was a lovely clipped ball in there behind with Havertz running onto it. And Havertz has just caught it on the half volley. Bounced once, just as it's about to bounce twice, hits it. But Meslier was equal to it. Another good save from Meslier here, really keeping Leeds in it. And just a bit of late pressure here from Leeds. Oof, fizz that across as well. Rudiger, looks like Chelsea. Are they going to get one more attack? Mount's driving forward. Havertz is driving forward now with the ball. Maybe we've got one more attack in this half. Mount's got the ball about 30 yards away, drives the ball across to N'Golo Kante, who is running at the Leeds defence. Oh, and the ball is intercepted. Well read there. And that is the halftime whistle. And it is 0-0. Not very much has gone on in this first half in terms of clear-cut goal scoring opportunities, but we have had a very, very end-to-end game. Both teams very much in this game. The early chance was Tyler Roberts with a goal that was disallowed. Patrick Bamford ran in behind and pretty much sweaty goaled it. I don't know what they actually call it in real football, but they sweaty goaled it like you do on FIFA. And just rolled the ball across, and it was an easy tap in, but it was ruled out for offside. Bamford had made his run slightly early. There was a few mistakes from Leeds United's defenders in the early minutes of the half as well, which was a disappointing thing for me because it should have gone in. I was really hoping that'd go in. But that concludes the first half. That was really the highlights, and Tyler Roberts' shot, which hit the bar. So thank you all for joining me in this first half. Harsh but fair. Yeah, probably. That's you told, Chris. I totally agree with that tune. And going to sort some lunch. We'll be back for the second half. Yes, it should be a fantastic second half. Both teams are in this. I will try and drag up the stats for the Chelsea game currently to find out what's been going on, who's dominating possession, who's doing bits and bobs. And if anyone has any comments, if you are watching it along with me currently, if you have any comments about what what's been going on with the football so far. Be sure to leave a comment. How do you think the first half has gone from Leeds and from Chelsea? What are we going to do for half time? You let me know, Fusion. Come on, we've got some ideas. Let's think. So I will just do a rundown of the stats from this first half. So a very complete swing so far. I'm just using the FootMob app. I'd actually really recommend this app. It's really good, actually. So total stats, the ball possession is 60% to Chelsea. Unsurprising there. Really, it's been all Chelsea so far, and Leeds United have held well defensively. Like I say, Meslier for me has been the player to watch. The player to watch, yeah, definitely. The player who is the most important player, the MVP, if you will, of Leeds United so far. And in fact, I will just share the screen for you guys so you can see it as well. So we'll just share the screen quickly. Apologies. Right, we should be sharing now. Here we go. Right, so here we are. So Chelsea's and Leeds half-time stats. So, in fact, this one says 61% possession. One shot for Leeds, one on target. I think that'll have been the Tyler Roberts goal. It probably will have been. 7 shots for Chelsea. They have had a few small chances so far in this first half. Pardon me. Oh, pardon me. Oh. Sorry about that. Got a frog in my throat. So, yeah, like I was saying, shots have been dominated by Chelsea so far. Kai Havertz has had a few opportunities. He's looked bright. Pulisic looked bright in the first 15, 20 minutes, sort of faded a little bit moving further on. Rafinha's had a few chances as well for Leeds United to really get into the team. See your FPL team. Yeah, we might have to at some point. We might have to. I'll get onto that in a minute for you. I'll try and load it up for you. Possession is 39% possession, like I said, dominated by Chelsea so far, with Chelsea making the most passes and the highest pass accuracy, as you'd expect. As I said earlier on, there has been a few heavy tackles in, which has obviously culminated in this foul stat, which we have currently got on the screen here. 7 from Leeds, and that is exactly what you'd expect from a team like that. And yellow cards. Yellow cards, 1 for Leeds. I think that was Tyler Roberts. Yeah, it was Roberts. It was an accidental stamp on Jorginho, but definitely worth the yellow card. And 2 offsides, including that all-important Patrick Bamford offside for Leeds United. So I'll try and get my FPL team up. What's your Twitter so I can follow? It is at Sam Redgate-Large. It's literally just my name without the hyphen on it. Thank you for following me, Fusion. I'll try and get up my fantasy football team for you so you can see what I've been dealing with. I've not been doing very well in recent weeks. I've really dropped off a cliff, really. I was top of every league I was in until about 6 weeks ago. And then Salah stopped scoring. All these players stopped scoring, and it was a real catastrophe for me, and it was a disappointing start. So I've just got my team up. So as Fusion wants to see my team, probably going to pinch a few ideas from me. I wouldn't suggest it. I'd say take them from my video if you're going to do anything. So share the screen. Here we go. Share screen 1. Don't want to share screen 2 with you, otherwise you'll be seeing the football, and I don't want to be. There we are. Oh, Inception there. So I've got McCarthy in goal. I've been stuck with him all year, actually. McCarthy for Southampton. I really have been stuck with him all year. I had him and Forster because at the beginning they were doing really well. So I had him and Forster. So if one of them didn't play, I didn't lose any points, if you know what I mean. One would just replace the other. Rudiger, Amati, Stones. I've just brought in Amati. He started to play a few more games for Leicester with the injuries to like James Justin and a few more injury problems for Leicester City. He started to play a few games. He was quite cheap, so I've just chucked him in alongside Rudiger and Stones. Stones has been sensational for me. Kevin De Bruyne is another player I've brought back in. I think I made 3 subs this week to lose myself a few points. which is unfortunate, but I needed to do it. I needed to stem the flow somehow. De Bruyne, captain him, best player in the league by a long shot. With Heung-min Son, who has been in my team since literally the first week of Fantasy Premier League. Gundogan, Salah, Mount, Calvert-Lewin, Werner, Bamford. Glad I've put him on the bench actually now, because if Werner comes on and does something, then that'll be fantastic for me. And if not, hopefully Rob Holding will keep a clean sheet for Arsenal. So that was my Fantasy Premier League team. Sam, what's the chances of Tammy going back to Villa next season or permanently? I think June, I think that is probably the place he's most likely to go when he leaves Chelsea. I say when, if he leaves Chelsea, but most likely when he leaves Chelsea. I know Josh is a Villa fan. I'm assuming you guys are all Villa fans. I just got distracted there by the highlight on there. I'm assuming you're all Villa fans, but yeah, I think it's pretty likely. It just depends if Villa can afford him now, because obviously a loan deal is completely different. They might have to do a loan with an option to buy sort of thing if they are hopeful of trying to sign Tammy Abraham, and I think they need it as well. Yeah, I think they need it. I think they need a two up front. Up front will be really interesting. Just looking at the average positions of the Chelsea squad, Rudiger's the deepest and Pulisic is the furthest up on that right-hand side. So it's a very strange formation. It's almost like we're playing a two at the back currently, with Azpilicueta pushing on a little bit further on. Mount, Havertz and Ziyech all in this central zone, with Pulisic providing that high width which Chelsea need. And just the halftime talk by the guys at BT Sport is just about Leeds United's pressing. And I said this early on, they have been pressing really high up the pitch, causing a few problems for Chelsea. And that's where they've got their opportunities from. Andreas Christensen made a poor pass and with the pressure of Bamford, and they got an opportunity from that. That was the Tyler Roberts opportunity. Nice FPL team. Yeah, it looks like it on paper, but the difficulty is I've got Salah, who's burning 12 million currently, and 12 million's a lot for someone who hasn't scored in about 4 or 5 games. So it is a difficult one. Let me know who's in your team, and if you'd be interested in joining a league for me, that'd be really interesting as well. Let me know your halftime thoughts, guys. I'll be interested to hear. It's been a really open game, I must say, and I've really enjoyed watching the game. I hope you guys are enjoying the live commentary as well. Obviously, this is a new thing for me, so I can see there is 6 people in the stream. Thank you for joining on. Thank you for watching and joining in. Hopefully, if you are new around here, you've smashed that subscribe button and voice crack there, crikey. And as always, hit that like button. We're just going into an ad break. We've got sort of a little while longer of analysis, the halftime break. Next time, if you guys do enjoy these sort of streams, next time I will come up with something for us to do at halftime. It's it's 15 minutes where you guys can either ask me some questions about Chelsea, like June's done, or you can do whatever you fancy, or we can do a bit of a game if you want. So, Fusion, what's he got to say? Yeah, I want to join your league. No worries, I will sort that out. We're going to sort that out for the next season, and hopefully, I won't bottle it like I did this year. I don't think I showed you the league positions, actually. I will quickly show you the league positions, Fusion, as you were interested. Let me just get it on the screen. Share. Yeah, so here's my league positions down here. And as you can see, the only one I am now in is the one from the gym, where I'm actually in the league. All of these, I was ahead by some 100, 150 points a few weeks ago. It's really been the demise of Liverpool that has kind of kicked me in the shins, because Salah was the man who carried on, and Liverpool have been disappointing. I don't think we can take all of them really disappointing, and Salah has had a good season still, and that's why he's still in my team. I cannot not take him out of the team, because I know as soon as I take him out of the team, he's going to score. And I guarantee it. I'd put money on it of me taking out. If I could put money on it, I would. If I take him out of this team, then he will start scoring, and then I'll look like a fool for taking him out of the team. But they do have Wolves this weekend as well, which should be an interesting battle for Liverpool. So as we can see, not really much has gone on in terms of the Chelsea game. Rudiger 1 point, Mount 1 point. All look bright, really, so far. I'd say the man of the match so far, like I said, has probably been Meslier, the Leeds United goalkeeper. I followed your Twitter. Thank you, Fusion. I will follow you back once I'm back on my phone, because my phone has just gone off. I did have it on the stream so that I could see everything that was going on, but apparently it's decided to log itself off. But nevertheless, thank you, guys. I can see we've got 17 likes and 1 dislike. Oh, well, who cares about the dislikes? It's still engagement at the end of the day. Thank you for the 17 likes. If we could try and hit 20 by the end of the stream, that would be greatly appreciated. I'd really appreciate that. And I'd love to know your honest feedback about the stream, really. Obviously, I know we need to come up with something for half-time. I'll just read out a few stats from Leeds and Chelsea so far this season, and I think it's an interesting one, some of these. So I've got their overall rating for the team is 6.9 for Chelsea and a 6.7, sort of where you'd expect them to be. Chelsea at the top half of the table, pushing for Champions League, and Leeds United sort of mid-range of the table. Not really been much better than average. Average is usually about 6. Shots per 90, though, this is the really exciting one, and this is what's got me really excited for this game. Shots per 90 for Leeds and Chelsea has been 5.3 and 5.2, and Chelsea are the 5.2. Chelsea have had less shots per game than Leeds United. So it is interesting. It's a fantastic setup of games here, and I think it'll be a really fantastic second half. Hopefully we can get a few more shots on target in that second half, especially for Leeds. It's been a little bit flat. We've had a few opportunities, but it has been a little bit flat. And then looking at big chances as well. But the one thing we've got to bear in mind with these big chances for Leeds United is they have actually had more big chances, but they've squandered a lot more big chances, and that has been the result of their demise so far this season in the Premier League. They sit in 6th for big chances created with 44. I'm assuming, I don't even know who would be above them. If someone could find out who would be above Leeds for big chances created, that would be brilliant, because I was going to say, it'd just be Liverpool and Manchester City, but it'd be more than that. And considering Chelsea are sat in 7th with 42 big chances created, it is a really interesting fixture and a really interesting lineup. We've only got a couple more minutes left of this halftime ramble, is what I'm going to call it. The halftime ramble, that's what we'll call it. And average possession is, I think, this one is going to dictate the game. Chelsea with 61.5 in 3rd with the most possession, with only Liverpool and Manchester City topping them, and Leeds United in 4th with 60.6. So both teams like to get on the ball, and we've seen that in patches in this game, more so from Chelsea than we have from Leeds United. The Chelsea players are just allowed to walk out onto the pitch from their different position. What has Farhan put? If you were looking to upgrade your screen, I would say a live ticker at the bottom and the score. Yes, I will absolutely work on that. Yeah, thank you for the feedback, Fusion. I really appreciate that. I'm going to work on that. I'll speak to Josh, and I'll speak to my good friend Rohan, who usually does sort of my graphics and that type of thing. And I will try get him involved. Let me know who's still in the stream. I can see we've got 8 people here. Let me know if you're still here, and let me know what you think the score is going to be. We're still 0-0 at half-time. Are we all sticking with our score predictions? Leeds United are just walking out onto the pitch, and the second half is about to get underway any minute. So it should be a really interesting second half. The focus seems to be on Tyler Roberts so far from the cameraman, maybe because he's had 2 fantastic opportunities, one that was disallowed and one that's rattled the crossbar. Doesn't look like there's been any changes so far, but we will have to see when the teams kick off fully. Excuse me. when the teams are kicked off fully and the teams are all lined up. So Havertz is just about to get us underway. I've been actually impressed with Havertz so far. I didn't think leading the line would be great for Kai Havertz, but he's done quite well. He's had a few opportunities. Maybe he can get the goal in this second half. A bit of early pressure here from Chelsea. Mount pushing up, putting a bit of early pressure on Luke Ayling. So it's a deep throw-in in the Leeds United half for Leeds United. And looks like a bright start from Chelsea. They did go for a one long ball up the field. Not sure what that was. Just looking at the teams coming through the bottom, doesn't look like there's any changes. Phillips, doesn't look like there's any changes to formation other than that Rodrigo formation change and position change for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He don't even play for Leeds. Patrick Bamford. I'm getting him confused because we've both got him up front in my team. Looks like there's a break on. Rafinha driving up through the field and good defending there by Rudiger. Nicked the ball as well by N'Golo Kante. Great defending though by Rudiger just to put off Rafinha, and the ball has been cleared. Chelsea look like they have lined up pretty much the same way as last time. We're just watching the replay of that attack. Rafinha looks like he was maybe half a yard offside. So if anything had materialised, it would have been ruled out by VAR. Well, at least I am hoping. So be sure to let me know your second half predictions. Oh, Jorginho, crikey. That was a poor touch. He's been absolutely wiped out as well there by Rodrigo. And the ball's been played back to Mendy by Azpilicueta. Yeah, let me know your second half predictions. I'd love to hear them. Who you've been impressed with if you are watching. My personal ones I've been impressed with was Pulisic in that first 10-15 minutes. Mason Mount's had a good game. Christensen's been a bit sloppy at times. Azpilicueta has been his consistent self. Havertz has created a few opportunities. Azpilicueta's just rolled the ball into Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz shoots! And he blazed it over. Surely that has taken a deflection. Has that taken a deflection, or is that an awful miss from Kai Havertz? Azpilicueta has driven, created loads of space. Calvin Phillips has been sent to the shops. It must have taken a deflection, surely. I think it's a good save from Meslier yet again. Yeah, just a good save by Meslier yet again. And to deny Kai Havertz there, maybe should have taken it earlier on his right foot, but he's chosen to take it a bit later. The defender had slid in, made it a bit more difficult for Meslier, but he still managed to get on it. Mount puts the ball in. Havertz hasn't even jumped. I'm still thinking 2-1. Really enjoying your stream. Thank you, Erin. I appreciate the support. Thank you. Let's have some goals. Yes, Josh, that's what we want. I thought we were going to get one there from Kai Havertz there. I really did. I thought we were going to get some a goal there. Really big opportunity. That will go down as one of the big chances missed. So there is one. One back for Chelsea against Leeds. Should be scoring. Totally agree there, Zach. Absolutely agree. That was a clear-cut opportunity. I think if that was Werner, we would all be moaning. So I've got to moan at Havertz there. I can't say there's one thing for Werner and one thing for Havertz. But I do wonder if that had fallen to Werner, if there would have been a difference, because Werner looks like he's just starting to edge his way in. He just needs to hit him with a bit more conviction. Both Havertz and Werner do. Oh, ball over the top. Roberts has picked up the ball. He's now driving at Rudiger at the edge of the box, takes a shot, rolls along the floor. Proper P-roll of that into the hands of Edouard Mendy. There seems to be quite a few deflections in this game. Now that I'm actually watching it, all of the big opportunities are taking deflections or the ball's flying off. So, yeah, it's a really interesting game so far. And hopefully one of these deflections will send it into the back of the net so I got something to shout about, whether that's positively or negatively. Kante's picked up the ball, rolled it to Mason Mount. Mason Mount, as always, trying to drive this Chelsea attack forward. And the referee's just gotten away. Great touch, referee. That was fantastic. Mount went to play the ball into Havertz. All smiles from the referee, though, as Jorginho appreciates his good touch. Probably better than some of Ziyech's this game. But, yeah, that was better from Mason Mount, that was. It was much better, sort of driving at the defenders. Rudiger's played a long ball over the top, looking for Ben Chilwell. And it's gone into the hands of Meslier. Let me know who you would be subbing off. We're coming up to the 50th minute. We usually see subs around the 60th, 70th minute. So if you are watching, be sure to let me know who you think Chelsea and Leeds should be subbing off. I think Chelsea need something up front, maybe taking off Havertz or taking off Ziyech, moving Havertz back and bringing on Werner could be an option for them. But Chelsea will have a couple of strikers on the bench, which should be an interesting game if we actually start scoring. Right, this is... Oh, Luke Ayling's won the ball high up the pitch here. Rodrigo's just skipped by, and looks like it was Mason Mount, played the ball through, well intercepted there from Aspilicueta at the edge of the box, and the counter-attack is now on for Chelsea. Looks like it's end-to-end again this second half. It's like a cup final more than anything else. Ziyech and the ball's been closed down. Leeds United have got men back. Jorginho has the ball at the halfway line, rolls it into Pulisic, who's driving towards Calvin Phillips, and that Leeds United defence drops it back to Mason Mount, plays it to Ziyech with another poor touch. Ziyech, watch the referee, man. He did a better touch than you. Now the ball's out wide with Ben Chilwell. Back into Mason Mount. Havertz comes close to bring the feet. A different option there from Kai Havertz. I think that is something we need. We need a different option up front. Ball rolled out right. I think that is Christian Pulisic. He looks like he's been fouled there and he's brought the other player down in the most comical fashion there. It was Pulisic, yeah. I thought it was Jorginho. I couldn't tell if it was Pulisic or Jorginho. They look so similar. Aliolski was holding Pulisic's hand all the way there, and I think it's just a coming together of feet, and then Pulisic just dragged him down with his hand there. Kind of a very comical way of doing that, I must say. But at least it brightened up the game a little bit. Here we go again. The ball's been retained. And Chelsea, every time they get this ball, they are looking to get on the attack and they are looking to drive at the heart of this Leeds United defence. Great ball in there from Rudiger. Oh, the ball was crossed in there from really far wide from Ben Chilwell, who's just took it first time. And Meslier seems to lose the flight of the ball. It's gone all the way over to Pulisic, who has dropped the ball into Mason Mount, who's using a bit of strength to try shrug off the Leeds United defender. Great ball whipped in from Ziyech. Header. Oh, Kai Havertz again. Another big opportunity there missed by Kai Havertz. He's got to be scoring one of these. He might not be the best in the air, but the ball's just been won by Mason Mount there. Oh, he's lost it. Can he roll it to Kante? Kante hits it, pulls it across the box, but Havertz isn't anticipating it. We need Havertz in this game if Chelsea are going to progress and score a goal in the second half. We need Chelsea in this game. It looks a lot more positive, though. Rudiger winning the ball high up the pitch with a little nice dummy, playing the ball to Kante, who rolls it to Ziyech. Ziyech in these pockets behind. Lovely through ball, and he's just overhit it. Ben Chilwell was running in behind. A bit of a reverse ball there. They're trying something different, though. It's positive from Chelsea in this first half. Leeds haven't really woken up in the second half. Leeds haven't really woken up, having a lot of defending to do so far. We're just watching the replay of that Kai Havertz header. I think he should be doing better there. He's a bit unlucky because I think it's Luke Ayling. He's like 6'2" or whatever, and he's stood in front of him. So he's a little bit unlucky in that regard. But yeah, it's a little bit disappointing for Kai Havertz. I'm sure Thomas Tuchel will be thinking about a change imminently. Let me know. I'm assuming Zach and Josh watching it. So let me know, guys, who you think should be a sub, who you'd like to see come on in this second half for both teams. Another ball in over the top. Leeds United like that ball in over the top to Roberts. He's running at Christensen. Whips a ball in. Good header there from Rodrigo. Shot on the turn. Good save by Mendy. Fantastic save by Mendy. Round of applause to that one. If anyone is watching that was a fantastic save by Edouard Mendy. The ball headed down by Rodrigo. Rafinha spins and Edouard Mendy's gone the opposite way. And he's just managed to stick a big left hand out there and stop the ball from going in. And importantly, has knocked it down to Aspilicueta. Fantastic. Rafinha whips the ball in and it is cleared by Christian Pulisic at that front post. Luke Ayling couldn't quite get his head on that. Who's on the bench? I will have to have a look for you, Zach. Let me have a look at the squads for you. 1 second. It looks like it's another corner on the bench for Chelsea today. Just watch the corner. Just sailed over again. Lots of heavy corners. Calvin Phillips picks the ball up, though. Tyler Roberts lifts one in. Luke Ayling at the back post can't quite get onto it. So I would just quickly share my screen so you guys can see the lineups, and then I can talk to you about the bench. So we're going to have Inception again here. Here we go. So the bench for Chelsea is obviously Kepa, James Zuma. Oh, no. James Zuma, Emerson, Alonso, Kovacic, Hudson-Odoi, Werner, and Giroud. So no Tammy Abraham on that bench. I think he picked up a knock a couple of weeks ago. So no surprises there. I'm sure he'll probably be saving him for the next game against Atletico, because I think he's probably a little bit more suited to that. And so those are your subs there. Who would you like to see come on for Chelsea? I don't think he'll bring on Kovacic until late on, because Jorginho and Mount both can't play. Mount and Jorginho will get full games today. I have no doubts in that. He'll be if we score, he'll be resting other players. And we'll just move on to Leeds United. Hope the tweet is still there. If not, there we are. Yeah, so there's the excuse me, another frog in my throat. There's the Leeds United substitutions. We've got Casilla, the goalkeeper. Then we've got Koch, Berardi, Shackleton, Click, Costa, Jenkins, Paveda, and, well, Rodrigo. But Rodrigo is now on the pitch. So let me know who you guys fancy coming on. On for the teams. I think we're going to end up with a Giroud to come on a little bit later on to partner Havertz up front, maybe to partner him, maybe to be a different option up front. Leeds United have a very strong and physical defence, and Chelsea are looking a little bit like they're struggling to beat them in the air. Who is Leeds United's best threat of scoring currently? I'd say Roberts. Roberts has been their bright spark. Patrick Bamford had a few moments when he was on. But at the minute, it is Roberts. Rafinha has created a few chances. But for actually scoring the goal, it looks like it's going to come from a long ball that's going over the top to Roberts. Electrician has cut my Wi-Fi on the electrics at the moment. Nightmare. But you committed to the stream, Josh, so I really appreciate that. Hopefully that gets sorted in a short while. Giroud would be a game changer, got that goal scoring instinct, and we'll get in the box. Totally agree there, Zach. Like a older version of you, if you don't mind me saying, has got that goal scoring instinct, absolutely, and he knows where to be in that Leeds United box, and he got goals from everywhere as well. Jorginho's just played the ball up, nothing ball really. They've defended that pretty well. Ben Chilwell's picked it up though, rolled it back to Mason Mount just at the top right, of the Leeds United box. Mason Mount is looking to go past a few players. Brilliant ball out wide to Christian Pulisic. Can he get a shot off? Another save by Meslier. Meslier has been the star man so far this game. So, Josh, obviously you asked who's the best threat scoring, but the best player so far has been Meslier. Where do you think Havertz's best position to play is? In this Chelsea team on the bench? No, but seriously, in this Chelsea team, I'm not really sure at the minute. We haven't seen enough of him in this Chelsea team to really justify playing for him starting, to be honest with you. I think he can do a job up front, but we haven't bought him for that. So I think we need to get him into those attacking midfield positions. And I think he would have played more had Mason Mount not been as good as expected. Rafinha has just laid down the ball for a free kick a few yards outside of the Chelsea box. I think it's about 30 yards out that. Any more questions, guys? Be sure to let me know. Oh, pardon me. A few about the Chelsea game. Whipped in by Rafinha. Overall, the Leeds heads and cleared by Rudiger out for a corner ball. Rudiger has had another solid game as well. He's been really impressive since Frank Lampard has gone out. It's really strange. I don't know what you guys think to that, but since Frank Lampard has gone out, Christensen and Rudiger have both shone in this Chelsea side, and they were nowhere near the Chelsea side when Frank Lampard was in. So thankfully, we don't need to buy another centre-back at the moment. But as for Havertz's position, I think he's probably better as your number 10 in that traditional number 10 role. Corner whipped in, back to Alioski on the end of the box, blocked by Kante and cleared by Kante, and Ziyech is running after it. Yeah, so definitely number 10. But we don't have a traditional number 10 in this 3-4-3 formation, or 3-4-2-1 formation. So it is a little bit difficult for Havertz. He's been brought in to play in a role that he maybe hasn't played as much at Leverkusen. So it'll be interesting to see come next season, and we've had a proper pre-season with Havertz, whether or not we can integrate him into this team. Ben Chilwell just rolling the ball across the box, intercepted there by Calvin Phillips, but Ben Chilwell was offside. Yeah, a couple of yards offside there from Ben Chilwell. Just needs to watch his line. He can see all the way across. A little bit disappointing. We're about 60 minutes in now, so subs are looking like they are going to be coming soon. Crikey, Luke Ayling's hair is so long. I've never noticed that before in my life. But anyway, that was not the big talking point of the game. 60 minutes. The subs are coming up. Let me know if you have any more ideas for specifically for Leeds, because Leeds have been a little bit quiet in this half, and they need something off the bench. Maybe a Helder Costa or someone like that would do damage. But here's Kante driving out that midfield, plays the ball to Havertz, out wide. Ben Chilwell, can he get a shot off? Oh, and he's just put it wide, just toe punted it wide. A classic schoolyard attempt at goal that. He's just toe punted it wide. There was good pressure there, back from, looks like Jack Harrison, just putting that pressure on him. So good defending there from Jack Harrison. If Jack Harrison hadn't been there, I think Chilwell might have finished that one off. An interesting one. I can see we've got 10 people in the stream. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming and watching. I really appreciate it. If you are new, be sure to like and subscribe. I really appreciate all the support, and thank you for coming in and watching this stream. A lovely ball rolled in there from N'Golo Kante, rolled into Mason Mount. Mason Mount to pull it back and cleared by Phillips. Again, he's everywhere at the minute, Phillips. He's really stepping up during this early pressure. So the score is still 0-0. Hopefully we're going to get some goals this second half, because, oh my God, it's been a long first half, and it's been a difficult one to commentate on at some points. Calvin Phillips is starting to get into this game a bit more. Just like I said, he's starting to win the ball further back for Leeds United, and that's because of the sustained pressure of Chelsea in this game, and Chelsea are really sustaining this pressure. Kante wins the ball back further up the field. Ziyech rolls the ball to Pulisic. Pulisic, can he get a shot off? Blocked there by the Leeds United defender, whose name I cannot pronounce. Does anyone actually know how to pronounce his name? Because I looked at it earlier and I didn't fancy it. Struick or something. It looks like it's going to be Helder Costa coming on. So the substitution I predicted looks like he's coming on to insert a bit of energy further up that field. I'd be surprised if it was Rafinha. It looks like it's Jack Harrison. Yeah, Jack Harrison's not really done much in this second half and in the first half, really. So Helder Costa is coming on for Leeds United, and it looks like a like-for-like swap in many regards. Maybe just freshening up that front line, getting a bit of pace in behind Rudiger and Azpilicueta, who aren't really known for their pace. Another well won back from N'Golo Kante. That was exactly what I meant earlier about N'Golo Kante. The players are in front of him and he just nicks the ball away and takes the ball, and he can start another Chelsea attack. Wow, Kante just absolutely winning the ball back. He's been on it all game so far. Another comment from Josh Wilkinson. Thank you for joining, Josh. Thank you for all the questions as well. Really appreciate it. It gives me something to talk about. Who do you think Chelsea should sell and buy in the summer? I really have a connection with this Chelsea team. For the first time in a long time, it feels like a team that wants to play and wants to play well for the manager. And I don't think we should really sell anyone. But in order to buy new acquisitions, I said earlier, Tammy Abraham will be one of the first people to go, I assume. We'll keep the likes of Giroud and, well won. Mason Mount has spun the defender there, just overhit the pass, looking for Havertz coming through. Sorry, I'll continue with what I was saying. I think we'll keep the likes of Giroud, Aspilicueta and Thiago Silva. I think we'll keep them for another season if we can, to keep that experience in the team. Helder Costa running at Ben Chilwell, pulled back. Can someone get a shot off here? Rafinha falls over. Great defending though by Pulisic. And the who should we buy? I mean, I guess we can be as we've got the deepest pocket in the league, really, haven't we? So I guess we can say whoever we want. Haaland would be good. I mean, he's a bit creepy, but he'd be a bit good. I don't know. I don't know what he is. He just seems a bit scary to me. I prefer him on my team than on the opposition's team, though. And defensively, I'd love to buy someone who's like quite experienced, like a Koulibaly. I don't think he'd come to Chelsea, though. I think he's more likely to go to City. But I'd love to buy someone like that, someone who's already established in the game, and chuck him into our team just to, solidify the team, especially when Thiago Silva and Aspilicueta end up leaving. Just looking, it looks like Werner and Reece James are warming up. I think that you have a great squad. It's just if they can find the form, the likes of Werner and Ziyech. Yes, totally agree with you there, Josh. I think it's got absolutely flattened there, Mason Mount by Luke Ayling. I totally agree there. We've got a fantastic squad on its day, and I think it could cause some real trouble. I think we just need to get that gel together. I said at the beginning of the year, the problem is with making all these signings is that there's no chemistry, and we don't really have that at the minute. I think we needed that pre-season, and that's what's really influenced this team. The more I look at the past fixtures, 1-0 Chelsea would have been a more sensible scoreline. Yeah, that's the thing. But I wanted to be, optimistic, Josh. I think we all did, because I think we're expecting a bit more of this Chelsea team to finally push on. Luke Ayling looks like he's just gone down there with a bit of a knock. Looks like it really hurts. Werner and Reece James are coming on for Chelsea. I think Werner will be coming on either for Havertz or Ziyech. We'll wait and see. And Reece James as well. You'd assume that would be for Pulisic. Leeds have failed to score in 3 of their last 4. Yes, I saw that earlier. It's been disappointing for Leeds. It's been a poor run of form. I think it's 2 in 7 now, with wins against Southampton and Palace, 2 teams that have been struggling. Luke Ayling looked like he's really, really done something to his knee there. It was just the clash of knees with Rudiger, as Rudiger was looking to go back to get the ball. It is Pulisic coming off for Reece James. So like I said, like for like there, got a wing back coming on for a wing back. 1-0, 2-0 type of team. Yeah, absolutely agree with you there, mate. And Ziyech has come off for Timo Werner. So it looks like we're going to reshift. I would assume Werner will go up front and Havertz will come into that number 10 role. So maybe, Josh, like we said earlier, maybe we will find a better position for Havertz in this game. It depends if Werner goes into that wide position. I know Werner isn't a big fan. So we're about 68 minutes in. We are still waiting for Luke Ayling to leave the pitch currently. We're currently waiting for him to leave the pitch. Hopefully that isn't too bad. It didn't look like too bad an injury, but hopefully it doesn't keep him out for too long, and hopefully he can resume the game in a short while. Yes, so just looking at the setup of Chelsea with Werner coming on, it looks like Havertz has gone into that attacking midfield role, and Werner has gone through the middle. So it should be interesting, really interesting this to see. Maybe looks like a 4 in midfield. I can't quite work it out at the minute. We're going to have to wait until there's a goal kick or something, and then I can tell you exactly the formation, because everyone's a little bit all over the place here. As Roberts glides past Jorginho there to play a ball up the wing to Rafinha, but the ball is defended nicely from Christensen out of play for a Leeds throw-in a very, very promising position. 70 minutes in, I'm hoping for a goal soon. I don't want Josh's luck and the curse of the 0-0 game. But we know with this Chelsea team, they are very defensively solid. I don't know why we all predicted a goal fest, like Josh said, but hopefully we will get some goals in this second half and hopefully in the coming minutes so I can at least have something to shout about. Werner breaking away, looks up for Havertz, has no one up there with him. Aliolski looks like he's given away a foul there. Yes, he has, and that is a yellow card for Aliolski as well. 70 minutes in, Aliolski, yellow card. A bit of a tactical foul there on Werner, as Leeds United were looking to get players back, but Aliolski has done what his team needed, and that has seen him get into the book. So, just waiting for play to restart yet again. So, like I was saying, just waiting for the play to restart a little bit. Ben Chilwell in that left wing back role, and then you've got right wing back. We have Reece James. You've got your two centre midfielders as N'Golo Kante and Jorginho, and in the attacking positions we have the two number 10s, traditional number 10s. Well, not traditional because it's a 3-4-3, but the two number 10s, we have Havertz and Mason Mount, and then Werner looks like he's going through the middle. Good shot from Rudiger from about 35 yards out there, forces a save from Meslier, and it is cleared by the Leeds defence. Picked up again by Reece James. Lovely turn there, and rolls the ball back to Aspilicueta to recycle the play. Mason Mount, lovely body feint there to try and get away from Luke Ayling. Driving at this Leeds defence and good defending. Eventually made up for it there, and Helder Costa runs away with the ball, but not for Chilwell's want of trying. Lovely to see 11 people in here. If you are new, like I said, be sure to smash that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. Really helps my channel grow. We're just watching that lovely strike from Rudiger from about 35 yards out. Had a bit of dip, had a bit of swerve, had a bit of everything on it there. Really, really good strike. I tell you what, the ball seems to go out of the play a lot more when you have to commentate on stuff. I'll tell you that now. Kante picks up the ball again. Calvin Phillips tries to break the ball off, and it's been given as a foul that I maybe thought that was a bit gentle, but the play's restarted really quickly there, and too quickly for the referee's liking, and Mason Mount has to bring the ball back to Jorginho. Be interesting to see how Werner plays in this game. What have you guys made of Timo Werner so far this season? Let me know in the comments, in the chat. Let me know what have you made of Timo Werner as a long ball goes over the top, looking for Havertz, and well defended there. And Havertz is maybe won a free kick there. Looked like he'd been dragged down there by Llorente. I'm assuming that is number 14 for Leeds United. Chelsea are starting to put a bit of a press on again now that they've got a few more fresh legs in this Chelsea side. Looked like maybe a handball there from Reece James, but if anything comes of this attack, which it hasn't, then it wouldn't have counted. Come on, let's have a goal. We need something. We need something to talk about. I can ramble on for an hour and 47, but I need a goal at least to get, as a reward for it. Come on. Hopefully a Chelsea goal. I don't want to jinx that, and now it's going to be a Leeds United goal. Oh, God. I must say, N'Golo Kante's distribution in this game has been really good. The short passes, bringing everyone else into play, has been really impressive from N'Golo Kante. Can someone let me know, is it 5 subs or 3 subs we're using in the Prem at the minute? Is it still 5 with the coronavirus stuff? Because that'll obviously make it interesting to see who Chelsea can bring on next, because if not, they've got 1 left. It looks like Rodrigo has just picked up a booking for a very cynical foul there on Christensen. Christensen was about to drive at the heart of that Leeds United defence again, and, Rodrigo's just tripped him up just to stop him, just to break up the play. A tactical foul. Maybe Leeds are happy with this 0-0 result against Chelsea. Shows how good Chelsea are, really. I don't know what's going on currently. The referee looks like he's going over to talk to Aliolski. I obviously can't hear what I'm saying because I'm trying to listen. I'm trying not to listen in order to distract me. It looks like he's talking to Olski and Ayling. I'm not sure what this is quite about. Maybe there was a disagreement across words or something, but it looks like it's just a talking to with Alioski already on a yellow card. Maybe just a few moans and complaints generally. So could someone please let me know, is it 5 or 3 subs? And then we can start discussing the subs for Chelsea and Leeds United. Leeds have obviously made that early sub of Rodrigo on for Patrick Bamford. Bamford is no longer on the field, picking up an injury. And Chelsea have subbed off Hakim Ziyech for Timo Werner and Christian Pulisic for Reece James. It's 3 subs, says Josh. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate that. I think it's in the Champions League. They're doing 5 subs and whatever. It's really confused me. But thank you, Josh. Thank you for that. So Chelsea have got 1 more sub. And Helder Costa has come on as well for Jack Harrison. So 1 sub left for both teams to try and create something. A bit of play at the edge of the box here from Leeds United. Helder Costa flick the ball into Ayling down the line, and the block by Mason Mount gives a Leeds United corner. Been a lot of corners in this game. Hopefully one of them can bear fruit for one of the teams. They've been a little bit disappointing so far. Really, really disappointing. Thank you everyone for watching. We've got 12 people in the stream. We have got another substitution coming up. I didn't quite get a chance to see who that was. So I think it's going to come on after this corner from Leeds United. Ball whipped in. Good clearance there from, I think that was Aspilicueta who's just managed to get a body in. Good clearance again from Aspilicueta, showing why he's the captain. Lovely ball rolled in behind, pulled to the edge of the box for Llorente and cleared by, that was a really, really good piece of defending there from Reece James. The ball's just been pulled back to the edge of the box to Llorente, who's just drilled it across the floor, and Reece James has just stuck a foot in and cleared the ball out for another corner. Zach says, Giroud masterclass inbound. I hope so. I really hope so. I'm hoping for a hat-trick. I'm really hoping for a hat-trick. But to be fair, if we're having all these corners as well, I totally agree with that, Zach, because we need someone in that box who's going to header it. Leeds United have a massive, massive team generally. Luke Ayling is a mountain of a man as it is. So it'll be interesting to see. Don't tell me Palace v West Brom is going to have more goals than this. At this current moment in time, Josh, it's not very hard for it to have more goals than this. So hopefully for you, it has more goals than this. Rodrigo headers it straight into the hands and into the gloves of Edouard Mendy. That was a pretty easy save. Free header, though. Chelsea need to be watching that. Really need to be watching that as Jorginho tries to spread the play, but read by Luke Ayling. It's getting a bit, I don't know what it is. The game's almost like there's a few less chances being created. It's a bit less of the cup final feel that we had in the first half. Worst 3 p.m. kickoff ever. I won't be watching that. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. This nil-nil lark is becoming a bit of a habit. Yeah, I don't know how Josh has passed that on to me, Chris, but it seems to be becoming a bit of a habit, doesn't it? Rodrigo has come off. Wow. I did not expect that. Rodrigo has come off for Click, or Klitsch, should I say. And Callum Hudson-Odoi is Chelsea's last substitution. So, and Mason Mount is coming off for that. I thought Mason Mount was going to get a full 90 there, but maybe, we probably did need a fresh set of legs up front. But Click has just come on, for Leeds, and Rodrigo has come off. Not very good for Rodrigo. He hasn't really been in the game, other than that little nod down for Rafinha, which forced a great save from Edouard Mendy. So he's not really been in the game, but it is surprising to sub him off, especially when you'll have a few more tired legs in other places on the pitch. And Callum Hudson-Odoi looks like he's slotted into that left attacking midfield position. City probably saving all the goals for tonight and going to score 6. Hopefully it evens itself out. But knowing our luck, it won't even be on one of the streams. So that's strange considering Mount will have a rest midweek. Yes, totally agree there, Zach. I think you would have taken off. I don't even know now. Havertz will probably play instead of Mount midweek because Havertz has been decent this week. So I thought they were going to do that, I would have chosen that. But a little bit disappointing. Thank you to everyone who is in the comments, and thank you for watching for such a long time. I know hearing me ramble isn't everyone's favorite thing, but I really do appreciate it. Thank you for you guys for sticking around. I really, really appreciate it. We're coming up to the last 10 minutes of this game. Hopefully we can get a late winner. Oh, Callum Hudson-Odoi, he's nicked the ball there. Kante's rolled it through. Oh, poor touch from Hudson-Odoi. Looked like he was maybe offside, but Hudson-Odoi should have done better with that there. Kante's rolled the ball through, and it's maybe just a little bit out of his reach, but with the pace, Hudson-Odoi was onside. With that pace, Hudson-Odoi should have gotten to the end of that, and that is a big opportunity squandered for Chelsea and Callum Hudson-Odoi. That would have really changed the complexion of this game. I'm not really sure who's going to win this. If I'm brutally honest with you, I'm really not sure. Who do you think is going to win, guys? Let me know. Who do we think is going to win? It's very much a game that is sort of tightening up a little bit as well. It's like open, but it's tight. I don't know how to describe it. There's chances, but they're few and far between. But the play itself to get yourselves into that position is kind of mad, actually. It's, there's so much room on the actual pitch, but then everyone's back in defending. And I think that's credit to both teams. That both teams have been very well defensively drilled today. And, excuse me, hiccuping. And they've been very well drilled today. And that is credit to both teams there. Hudson-Odoi to get a call up at the end of the month. I don't know. I really don't know there, Josh. Hudson-Odoi for me he's been good in the recent weeks since Thomas Tuchel came in. Obviously, he had that 20-minute run out where he got subbed off at the end of. But he's been good. Great touch from Werner. Unfortunately, Hudson-Odoi didn't read it that time. But I think Hudson-Odoi, the problem is with him, he's not going to get in front of the likes of, if he's playing right wing back, he's not going to get in front of Trent, Reece James, Walker, Trippier. He's not going to get in front of them. And right winger, he's not going to get in front of Rashford. If you want to play Rashford that side, I personally wouldn't. But Rashford's, Sancho, Sterling, I think there's someone I've missed, maybe Jack Grealish as well, depending on what side you want to play him. So I don't think Hudson-Odoi will get into this England squad. But with the injuries, it might be a fortunate one for him. And if he can have a good performance in an England shirt and maybe a few friendlies or whatever games we have coming up at the end of the month, then maybe, just maybe, Callum Hudson-Odoi might be able to work his way into the Euro squad for this year. Good bit of strength here from Reece James. Rolls the ball a little bit far ahead of N'Golo Kante. Can he keep it on? He can. He looks like he's been pushed off the field there. His frame didn't help him there with him being tiny. And the ball is cleared. Azpilicueta wins the ball back, though. Havertz being a bit sloppy again. The play's gone a bit sloppy in the last couple of minutes. Very midfield-based the last sort of 5 minutes or so. Not much going on at either end. I don't know if that's just me moaning and complaining too much, but not much really going on. Another foul on Jorginho there. He's been subject to quite a few fouls there, just cynical little fouls all day. And unfortunately, that's what teams do when you've got a really good player like Jorginho who spreads the play really well. Lovely ball that from Rudiger over the top to Ben Chilwell. Josh, do you think Ben Chilwell will be starting for Chelsea, for England in the Euros? Will it be him or Luke Shaw? Let me know, all of you. Let me know in the comments. I don't know. Luke Shaw's been great recently, hasn't he? People have been joking that he looks like he's been turned into Roberto Carlos since Alex Telles has come in. But I think it is a good bit of competition for Gareth Southgate to have, because we looked a bit weak in that position, and now Ben Chilwell and Luke Shaw are coming into position. Another offside there, a promising chance from Tyler Roberts on the ball, but another offside there. It's been very much a stop-start game in the last few minutes. It's been throwing after offside after free kick. Looks like Leeds United may be happy with a point here. It would be a good point for Leeds. They've maybe not been as impressive as the likes of Chelsea have been, but Chelsea haven't really had that clear-cut opportunity since that Havertz attempt at the early on in the first half. So trust me to pick the only 0-0 of the weekend, guaranteed. Havertz has picked the ball up here and another offside. Great. Whoa. Oh my God. Come on. Give us something. Give us something to shout about. Although that being said, I don't want to jinx it, so. And Christiansen plays the ball back to Edouard Mendy. It's very much becoming the pattern of this game, disrupting the play, Leeds United, and, well, to be fair, Chelsea are. Poor mistake there from Kante. Tyler Roberts again, man. It's very sloppy from both teams in these final few minutes. And I think it's going to end up 0-0 this one. I really do. I think it's going to end up 0-0. It's been disappointing. Josh says, what's the situation with Billy Gilmour? I'd say he'd be wanting to play so that he could be in the squad for Euros for Scotland. Yeah, that's the difficulty, though. I think Billy Gilmour will get his opportunities in the FA Cup. I think we're still in the FA Cup. Yeah, in the FA Cup. So I think he'll get his opportunities. There'll be few and far between, but he needs to get a run. Maybe, I don't want to wish for an injury. Oh, as Callum Hudson-Odoi drives into the box, gets a shot off. Good save by Meslier. I don't want to obviously hope for an injury to a Chelsea player, but I'm sure Billy Gilmour will be hoping for an opportunity in a break. He will be wanting to get into that squad as one of Scotland and Britain's brightest talents currently. And he's got a lot of class about him as well, hasn't he, Billy Gilmour? We saw it in that in his debut against Liverpool. Was it his debut? Probably. In his game against Liverpool. And opinion on this offside rule with delayed flags, I think it's silly and could result in unnecessary injury. Totally agree with you. Roberts has just gone over and he's just, again, another poor touch by a Chelsea or a Leeds player to deny a vital attack there. One good touch. Taking the ball forward rather than behind him, and Roberts was through. Sorry. The offside rule. I think we've already had that injury, if I'm honest with you, Zach. Van Dijk was the unnecessary injury. And I think it will continue to happen until they change it. I think if they are going to do that, then anything that happens after that, for example, Pickford's tackle on Van Dijk, it just needs to be rectified. And people need to... like Pickford should have been sent off. He should have just been sent off. If the play is still allowed to play, it doesn't matter because that means Jordan Pickford could have punched Virgil van Dijk in the face and he wouldn't have been sent off for it. And that's not how it works. I do agree with you, though. It is silly and unnecessary. And worst of all, it kills the game as well a little bit, doesn't it? It really does. Like you have people flagging for offsides and stuff. And well, you don't have people flagging for offsides, and you think you've scored, and you're like, yeah, absolutely buzzing, and then it just ends up coming back to it, and it ruins the moment really. Like with that one with Bamford earlier, that would have changed the complexion of this game by a long shot, and hopefully we can get a late one. We're 88 minutes into this game now, and hopefully we can get a goal just to find a winner. Cannot believe this is 0-0. I thought with the two sides we've got here, I know Chelsea are defensively strong, but I thought with the two sides we have here that we could get something, maybe a little, I don't know how to describe it, get something that is flowing a bit better, maybe getting some goals, getting, players up the pitch and scoring some goals for both teams. And I thought Leeds would be have a bit more of an attacking presence as Kai Havertz is fouled there cynically again. So let me know, guys, if you are watching it, who your man of the match is. I've just seen BT Sports' man of the match with Tyler Roberts. Not sure on that one. I would have gone with Meslier personally. I think he's kept Leeds in it at a vital point. Good save as well against Havertz. Here goes. Christiansen's just driven, sort of glided by about 3 or 4 players there and gone to roll the ball through. And a disappointing finish overall. Really disappointing, that. Well, I tell you what, this game won't be going into Thomas Tuchel's highlights reel anytime soon when he's applying for the Germany job. I'll tell you that now. Especially because he can't get the best out of Havertz and Werner. Another throw in. going into the last minute now, hoping for a little bit of extra time to maybe see a late winner. There was a lot of late action in last night's game, so that's what I'm hoping for. Maybe not, hopefully not getting the same as Aston Villa, conceding late on. So hopefully I'll be in the Newcastle camp in this situation, and we'll have a late goal for us. Reece James just looked like he's been absolutely snapped. A ball over the top to Rafinha. Tyler Roberts was going after it, but I think he thought he was offside. Rafinha driving at Christensen. Good block from Christensen, and it's gone out for a goal kick. The ball has just rebounded. We've got 3 minutes of added time, everyone. 3 minutes. So there is still time for something to happen. Don't lose hope yet. We could still end up with a 3-1 prediction that we all thought was going to happen, or the 2-1s that we all thought was going to happen. I mean, it'll be a roller coaster if it is, and I really, really would be worried if it was. But that's not the point. We have a little bit of time left, and hopefully that it'll be something to get me out my seat. Rudiger driving through the middle, plays the ball slightly behind Havertz, who's got the ball at the edge of the box. Kante sizes up a pass, plays it out wide to Reece James. Reece James pulls it back to Werner, blocked, and either blocked or really badly hit wide. And it's gone out for a corner, so I believe that was a block on Werner's shot. Another block shot, another poor effort from Timo Werner. Disappointing. It's been the story of the game, really. Block shots. And we just got to hope from this corner. Reece James is taking the corners now. Mason Mount is off the duty as he is no longer on the field. Interesting to see if this will be a bit better than Mason Mount's corners so far. Ball whipped in, missed by everyone. Over to Werner, cleared by Calvin Phillips, half cleared. Lands to Timo Werner. Handball potentially. That's what the Equator kicked the ball back into Calvin Phillips there. No doubts that will be checked. The ball's hoofed clear by Calvin Phillips in the end. And Jorginho rolls the ball back to Mendy. That looked like a handball, but that might have just been my angle of it from I'm going to say the commentator's perspective, but you know what I mean, from watching the game. Callum Hudson-Odoi has picked up the ball now. It looks like it's up in a little bit in the tempo here. Can we get a goal in the last minute or so? Kante rolls the ball into Hudson-Odoi, just at the edge of the box with his back towards goal. Rolls the ball out to Reece James. Come on, let's have something here. Reece James going to roll it back to Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi, can he beat him? Can he get past him? Tries to roll the ball, reverse ball, and the ball has gone behind, and Reece James looks like he's had a collision there with the camera, which looked a little bit painful. There's reports coming from Germany that Timo Werner wants to go back to Germany. Thoughts? I think if he does that, he's bottled it. Really, I think he's not a Chelsea player. He doesn't have the mentality to be a Chelsea player if he's going to do that. Josh, it's a disappointing one, really, mate. I'm not going to lie to you. But if he wants to go back to Germany, then suit yourself. We'll try. You know, we've got plenty of money to buy someone else. Would be good to know what the percentage of assistant referees' decisions are being overturned by VAR. If low, then stick with the officials making the decision in real time. If 15% or greater, then yeah, I agree with that, Chris. It's interesting to see. It would be really interesting to see that decision on offsides, and that looks like it's the full-time whistle. So I guess the curse has started. The first game I have streamed, and it is a 0-0 game, but a really, really fast game. So just to cover everything, Tyler Roberts has really been a half-decent player for Leeds United tonight. I know I said earlier he's, maybe not man of the match worthy. I think that was Meslier. He's kept Leeds United into this team. But Tyler Roberts has had a few chances. He had one disallowed and ruled out for an offside, and he also had one rattled the bar. There was one earlier on as well, which hit the bar. Silver lining, says Josh, is that Chelsea is still unbeaten. Yeah, but against Leeds and against Southampton, we should be winning the games. Under Tuchel, of course, that is. We should be still winning the games, and unfortunately, that is just how it is sometimes. Leeds United were good defensively, to be fair to them. Really disappointing game. Like I said, I'll give my man of the match to Meslier, and I think he was the star player. He's currently chatting to Giroud on the screen. From a Leeds perspective, a good clean sheet, but from Bielsa perspective, he's not happy yet. I agree with that. I think they have more than enough opportunities here to score against Chelsea, and I think he should have. I think someone should have scored in this game. A lot of shots on target, and a lot of half opportunities. And I think it's really come down to the fact that Chelsea had no one in the box from those corners and no opportunities. That puts Chelsea fourth, 2 points ahead, 3 points, ahead of West Ham. But West Ham have 2 games in hand, and they have that game against Manchester United this weekend. Bielsa wouldn't be happy if Leeds won the league and were unbeaten. Yeah, to be fair, he'd find a mistake. He is a perfectionist. I will give you that. So that is where we're going to conclude today's stream. If you have enjoyed and you are new around here, be sure to like and subscribe. I upload at least twice a week on my channel. I have a 2 Minute Tuesday series where we talk about stuff for 2 minutes and try and spark up a bit of debate in the comments. And most importantly, we also have the Premier League preview. It's my place to go, my place to try and give you some fantasy football tips. I hope you have enjoyed. Thank you for the comment, Chris. Great stream, Sam. I look forward to the next one. Thank you, mate. I hope to see you on the next one. Thank you for watching for long periods of it. I know it can be a little bit boring, especially in a 0-0. Well in, Sam, on your debut stream. Thank you, Josh. Thank you for all your help. And like I said earlier, guys, be sure to subscribe to A View from the Stands. It is a fantastic YouTube channel, and a podcast as well is coming along on the way. And there's a few different bits and bobs in the works for Josh. So thank you for all your help with it. In the words of Bielsa, I see he doesn't want the results. He wants to be a long-term project. Yeah, totally agree with that one. Totally agree with it. It's just disappointing from a Chelsea perspective that we didn't do any more. Thank you for watching, Josh Wilkinson. Hopefully I'll see you on a video soon. Good stuff, mate. Thank you, Zach, for dropping in. I really appreciate that, mate. Thank you. Thank you for dropping in. Hope you've enjoyed it. Good first stream. Thanks, Josh. And thanks for the stream. No worries, Batman. Hopefully I'll see you on the next one. So I will conclude it there. Like I said, if you are new, be sure to like and subscribe. I've really enjoyed myself, and I hope you guys have too. If you are wanting more of this, be sure to leave a comment on one of my other videos or some sort of other and let me know. And always be sure to smash a like on this video, and then it will let me know if you guys want me to stream a little bit more often. So thank you, and I will see you in my next video. Cheers.